Raw Talk is opinion-based, and everyone is encouraged to do their own research. All right, we getting into it on this episode of Raw Talk. Welcome back in. I'm so excited to be here. This one means a lot to me. I just want to mention that up front. So the question for this week is, will you do the right thing even if it's difficult? Now let that sink in. Because we all think about the right thing to do. We all know about it, but too often than not, we don't actually see it through because it is tough sometimes to do the right thing. So this has been my motto, and for quite some time now, actually since I stopped taking pills, this has been my motto: right thing, right reason, even if it's the hard thing to do. That's also an affirmation that I like to use. Right thing, right reason, even if it's the hard thing to do. And I'll tell you, it's tested me a lot. I'm going to break down what exactly this means to me, and I'm going to break down some examples as well of the right thing to do, and hopefully inspire you to look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself and look at yourself in the mirror and get faced with the facts. Are you going to do it even if it's hard? I swear to God, I'm going to do it even if it's hard at least 90% of the time, because I do. It's not easy to be 100% all the time, and it's okay to have some off days. So I do want to say that as well, because batting 100 does not exist. And as long as you are practicing and becoming a better person, then that is all you can do, is your very best. So let me get into this thing. Right thing, right reason, even if it's hard to do. So a couple examples on the right thing to do. I just wrote down a couple. And honestly, this list could go very, very long. But putting down my phone, that's the right thing to do. The reason is there's really no positive substance for me online. For the most part, there's a lot of good stuff on there. But a lot of stuff I see, it keeps popping up. It's just negative. So the right thing to do would be for me to put down my phone, because there's nothing for me there, and it might be difficult because I'm addicted to my phone, just like everybody. Sometimes when it's cold outside, right thing to do is go on a walk. I don't want to. It's cold outside. The reason, it's going to be good for my health, but I got to fight through that cold or like the heat. I just want to stay inside. I want to be complacent. Right thing, let's get out there. Let's go move it for the right reason, even if it's hard. Come on, baby. The list goes on. Doing the stairs, putting my laundry away right away, being faithful in a relationship. Uh-oh, are we getting serious now? Leaving a relationship. How about that? That's going to be something that's difficult to do. I've had to do that in the past, where it was the right thing for me to leave a relationship, but it wasn't an easy thing to do. Like, this gets deeper than just like brushing our teeth right away and flossing and shit like that. Like, this could get really deep. Quitting a substance, I'm going to stay alcohol free tonight because it's going to help me with my sobriety and clarity, and I'm going to wake up feeling better tomorrow. And it might be hard because I want a beer right now. There's a lot of different layers that this can go into. And what really is important here is that we are paying attention to this stuff. And that's why I wanted to cover affirmations super early on in Raw Talk. If you haven't listened to that episode, check out the episode on affirmations. And then also the acting immediately episode, doing things right away. Those affirmations and doing things immediately, those both really do contribute to doing the right thing for the right reason, even if it's difficult. Because you have to have awareness, first of all. You have to be listening to your thoughts. You have to open up your mind and actually listen to your thoughts and be honest with yourself. That's why I'm talking about looking in the mirror. Like, if you're looking at yourself in the mirror, who do you see? Like, sometimes I see somebody that's broken in there looking back at me, and then I see a glimmer of a warrior being like, nah, we're going to keep fighting until we die, because there is no finish line on this battle, and there's no finish line in this, okay? And I'm moving tortoise pace on the ground here. Like, I'm slow and steady, all right? That's what I want to be. That's how I'm going to do it. But I'm going to be doing it for the right reasons. And it does test me sometimes because, it's easy to cut corners, right? Like, that's the easy thing to do is like, maybe I don't clean it all the way. Maybe I don't put the dishes away. Maybe I don't fold the stuff. It's when you really start paying attention to this stuff, there's so many layers throughout the day where you realize I'm about to cut a corner on this. Like even recycling stuff, like, I'll just throw that in the trash. Like, guilty, I've done that instead of taking the effort to just recycle it. That's a little bit harder to do. It takes a little bit more effort, but that's the right thing to do. So I don't really need to go off too long on this one. It's the point is pretty clear. It's the practice that is where you're going to find your success, is the diligence and actually sticking to your guns. Like if you're trying to lose weight, the right thing to do is to portion control and maybe go to sleep hungry. And that's not the easy thing to do because, of course, a bowl of pasta sounds delicious. You know what I'm saying? There's like all these areas where it's like so easy to be complacent and make an excuse and, oh no, I could have some treats, or like I could eat that right now, but that's the easy thing to do. We have to fight ourselves. A lot of this stuff is like counterintuitive sometimes, because to be our best version of ourselves, we're going to have to challenge who we are right now. And I do have good news for you though, because the longer that you do it, the longer that you challenge yourself and really see what you're made of on your internal battle, the longer you do that, the easier it does get. I do want to say that. Sure, you must do it every day and you always have to stay diligent, but the more diligent that you are, the easier it becomes to stay diligent. So even though the tunnel might be really long and I'm seeing the light at the end, but there's still darkness around me, and I just gotta keep focusing on that light, because like I've mentioned before, I have weight goals and sometimes I snack too much, and I've been doing that recently, and that's something that I have to be real with myself about. And I've been a little like in my own head about it, like a little gloomy about it. And I'll just air out the dirty laundry here too. I've had alcohol more frequently in the last couple of weeks. No, I'm not talking about like I'm not drinking 6-packs every night. No, but like having one or two and then a couple nights in a row, that's too much for me. And I'll admit that I had done that a little bit in the past couple weeks. And honestly, I think it's been messing up my mood a little bit. So everything has the impact. Like all the good work that you do in your life, that has a good impact and it'll catch up with you. All the bad things that you do in your life, that also has an impact and that will also catch up with you. So I'm going to do my best to keep doing the right thing for the right reason, even if it's hard. It's something that I have to work on every single day. By no means am I perfect at this. I really feel like Raw Talk is a great place for me to express ideas on how we can be better people. And just like always, man, I want to be honest about the fact that I'm not perfect either. I'm constantly working on myself and trying to be the best version of myself. And then it's crazy because once you hit those best versions of yourself, you realize that there's still a lot more room up there to go. So keep at it, stay hustling, stay working hard, do the right thing. You know the right thing to do. You know the reason why it's the right thing to do, and do it even if it's difficult. So I'm going to ask the question again on this. Will you do the right thing even if it's difficult? I believe in that you will, and you can achieve your goals. Let's do it. You can, I can, we get it. I'm out. Much love, y'all.